Hey y'all, welcome to Hillbilly Garage. Well, I believe we've got this old girl close enough to fire up. I still got a few odds and ends that I need to work on, but we've got oil in it, cooling system, I believe I got it full. I'm gonna crank on it, see if I can't get fuel up into the fuel filter. And then we'll plug up the distributor, see if she will start. So, y'all watch that fuel filter for me.
No. No.
May not be enough fuel in the tank. Let's plug it up and see if we can get it to fire off the bolts. I've already put fuel in the bowls here, so let's see what she'll do.
Fuel filter's working. Smoking. Oh. Antifreeze everywhere.
Alright y'all, she fired up pretty easy. Fuel pump's working, filter's full. I gotta adjust the idle up a little bit because it won't idle by itself just yet. So
Sometimes in the beginning you got to make a little bit of a mess. We
Yeah.
puked a little bit of antifreeze, but that's okay.
Yeah, I left the cap off the reservoir because, like, this has got an LS style radiator. I think we mentioned that before. And there's no fuel cap on the radiator itself. It's got to be done through the reservoir. And the way I done it is I backfilled coolant through this hose down on top of the thermostat, which I got a hole drilled in so it bled through. Then I also bottle fed it with a funnel into the radiator itself until I got it out of the vent in the top of the radiator. And we went through the coolant bottle, which in this system is actually plumbed into the heater core, which don't really like that. We're gonna see how that goes. I mean, it drove and ran down here, so obviously it cools, but oil pressure gauge was working, so I know I got oil pressure. And fire it back up, see if we can get it idle a little bit. I still haven't hooked up the, it's got a manual choke cable. I still got to hook it up. But she sounds pretty good. Timing adjusting everything on it.
From where we came from, it's a good day at Hillbilly Garage. Remember, it was knocking real bad when we brought it in here.
Yeah.
I'll put a clip in here, you guys, of the pre-knocking sound. It sounded pretty awful. Now this is our first startup, so obviously it's going to burn off some oil.
Yeah, it's got to burn off all the contaminants, especially off the headers. That's where that's coming from, right off the headers. This sounds pretty good.
What kind of oil pressure is it running?
About 50 pounds.
That's good. Is that just because the air filter's not on it?
Could be. I haven't finished timing it or dialing it or anything.
Something popped over here. You have a hot wire or something over here. It popped out of that black box, I think.
One?
No, I think it was this one.
This one?
No, I think it was that right there.
Oh.
This is why it's good to have two sets of eyes, guys. I'm pretty sure it came out of that one sticking up. It's still hooked to the battery.
Pop the fuse on the fan.
It was the fan?
Yeah, it's the main wire to the fan. I'm gonna have to troubleshoot because it was about time for the fan to turn on. Yeah.
Can you tell it's busted?
Yeah, you can see where it's burning there.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to have to back up and troubleshoot that. So, like I said, it was about time for the fan to come on. I'm guessing that's why it popped.
Because it was sending power to the fan to turn on?
Yeah, because the relay triggered. But yeah, I've got it grounded. Alright, y'all. We just wanted to kind of talk about wrapping this job up. I got a few things, a few odds and ends that I got to finish tidying up, but you know, just tying up a few wires, and I got to put the dash panel screws back in. But anyway, it's been a pretty good long road on here. If you all remember when we first got this thing in here, it was knocking to beat the band. Sounded like a ball peen hammer on a handle.
Everybody hear that knocking sound?
And it was pretty bad. We tore that motor apart, and it had a lot of so we went with a crate motor. But also, if you remember when we was taking it apart, the distributor was completely loose and had that variable timing thing going on there. We're up under here trying to get some stuff ready. I'm undoing plug wires so I can get to header bolts, and I get back here to unplug the vacuum advance.
It's loose.
And it's so loose, it's moving around in there. So, yeah, I was just gonna disconnect the vacuum line while I was getting ready to pull this distributor, and that bad boy is loose, wobbly, and shaking. It wasn't holding any timing. It was just kind of setting itself wherever it wanted. You know, the plug wires were kind of holding it a little still, but she was sitting there doing this. So, yeah, that's definitely
No.
not a good running issue. Part of the reason why we could hardly get it in the garage. That's an interesting find when you find one that'll move like that. Look at there.
Hold on, let me zoom in on it. Go ahead. Wow.
I mean, it is just... And this is what we call the distributor wire. That is not supposed to look like that. And there's the other that's a tack wire. Because this is probably the hot wire to the distributor. Guessing. I'll have to find that. But okay, yeah. I just wanted to bring y'all in on that one because I thought that one was pretty interesting.
It's definitely going to run a lot better when we get done with it, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. All righty, we'll be back when we find our next discovery. Well, I was getting ready to pull the carburetor off of it and reached down here, and I don't even know exactly what all we got here. We got some kind of a broken crushed piece here. This was shoved up into that, all cockeyed like that. This was bolted on the back of the carburetor. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously, it's an aftermarket cable assembly, I think.
So it was jerry-rigged?
Yeah, it was jerry-rigged.
Explain the difference between jerry-rigged and hillbilly engineering.
Well, jerry-rigging will only get you home. Hillbilly engineering will last you forever. And you can see here, they've got some zip ties in here that are holding this cable into this bracket. And oh man, I don't even know. Mercy. That's something. I'll have to figure that one out. Around in the intake, and clutch linkages were worn down, and just in the wiring. I know this is a little bit ugly right here, but I'll tidy that up. But when we first got it, it looked like somebody threw a spaghetti wire up against the fire. A bunch of wires that are pulled back, lengthened, shortened. We got two grounds, and there's three. So just one little tiny self-tapper scratched on rusty metal. And then you got this mess here going on. I've got two wires that were just laying here, disconnected. Another one here, never got a connector on it. And a whole bunch of extra here. So it's gonna take me a minute to figure out. And then you got these resettable relays shoved into these fuse holders. Don't like that at all, but there. So we got that pretty well cleaned up. Got most of everything tied up, fixed up. So we'll be getting this thing finished up, fired up, and backed out of the garage here very shortly. But we do appreciate each and every one of you for being along for the ride. Of course, you know, we're going to have stuff in the future, obviously, but this has been an interesting project, and I'm glad that everybody's tuned in and chimed in and come to visit with us. And we ask you to keep coming back. Go visit the website, hillbillygarage1215.biz. Go get you some Hillbilly Garage t-shirts and Hillbilly Garage tools and stickers. And
if you have a build that you're thinking about,
yeah, if you're interested in getting some work done to your motor that's tired and needs worked up, give us a shout on the website or reach out to us through email or messenger. So, everybody, we appreciate all of you. We thank you and have a good evening. Bye.